And what do you think about the Thieves news, bruv?
So I just got to my computer. What is the news?
All right, Ronnie is reporting that LA Thieves are actively exploring options for a new main AR. That it's potentially being driven by the coaching staff. They are potentially looking at Abezy, MC, and Zach, aka Drazah. What are your thoughts?
It depends on what they're trying to change within their team. Because I could see the argument where some people are saying Envoy, but also like I could see Envoy is a really, really good control player. Like really good. Like every team he's been on is always elite at that game mode. Agreed. And he probably does do some things like within practice and VOD film sets that like fans and stuff don't see. So you might have a lot of intangibles, like especially with the coaching staff that they see like this is pretty hard to replace. Yeah. Right? And if they deem that like their issues are coming from their ARs, which is totally possible, like whether it's like the chemistry between Scrap and Ghosty or whatever it is, I could see why they would make that decision. It was either going to be Ghosty or Envoy. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, maybe Envoy just has some things in practice that that are just like really, really important. Like I don't hate it. Like I honestly, my take was, Ben, at the end of EWC is that they should keep their team.
I don't hate keeping their team either,
but are you surprised if, say, they just don't think they can win consistently with Dan and they want to pack a punch? Like, that doesn't shock you, right? Even if you don't agree with it.
No, it doesn't shock me. But I don't think it's they don't think they can win consistently with Dan. I think there's just players available that are better, really, really good. And if other teams are packing a punch, historically, it kind of makes sense to also follow suit. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have been surprised if they just kept their team. I thought everybody had a decent season.
T-Clips appreciate the tier 1 go.
Microphone activated.
Yeah, I mean, I just... Go ahead, Adam.
I think a lot of it's depending on what's going on in the FaZe camp, to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, FaZe and Falcons.
Like if Cell and Abezy are available, I mean, the players that are available are good ARs. It's not like how many really, really good subs are available.
There's a good amount of subs that are available that are good, bro.
Is Simp... I don't think Simp like FaZe is probably going to retain them.
04.
Yeah, 04,
04,
sure.
Neptune, Real.
But they're probably not gonna pick up Real.
FaZe.
You talking about
or Thieves?
04, they would probably consider.
If I were FaZe and I'm making a sub change, I think 04.
No, we're talking about LAT. What I'm saying is
LAT aren't gonna pick, or LAT aren't gonna do a deal for Real swap. Doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. So like Real, they're not gonna pick up Real. I mean, 04 is better than Envoy. Like he's been better than Envoy for the last couple events, but it's not like a staggering difference.
It's a side move.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Neptune is a pretty risky move because Neptune, like I know he's got a lot of gas. I've been kind of like hard on that guy. That guy's went radio silent in finals. Like in the last two matches of EWC, Neptune was like their worst player in both of the matches.
You're not wrong.
I forgot about Kleenex, bro. Kleenex is also a sleepy fucking.
If you get Toby,
dude.
That's a W. Like Toby makes sense, but I don't think Scrap and Toby will team again.
I think Toby might be staying.
I also don't think Scrap and Toby will team
Toronto.
Again.
I think Toronto is going to have a pretty good team next year.
I think so too. I think Toronto's going to have a very good team next year.
I think they may drop Jamie, and then I think you build around Tobias and fucking Joe. You know what I'm saying?
So like if you get Celium on LAT, I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. Those guys have said a lot of stuff at MC, but as you and I both know, people always be yapping in the pro scene, and then they end up fucking picking up the people they talk shit about.
Bro, listen, I gotta take.
All right, cook.
Scrap.
Yeah.
And Drazah needs a fucking team.
I agree.
Yeah,
but I think
it makes the most sense. 100%.
They would be nasty together, bro.
They would be disgusting together.
They would be so good together, but I just think it requires. Okay, so here is my Ben J opinion. I think Scrap is probably willing to put all that shit aside. I don't know if Zach is willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? We talked about this a bunch this week. I think Scrap's gonna if it becomes that, Scrap would have to like very much apologize for what he said. Zach's gonna have to accept that apology. Zach would also have to apologize for some of the things he said. I just don't see it, bro.
They need to sit down in a room and understand, like, if they come together, it would be such a dynamic AR duo. Like they complement each other so fucking well. Like it would actually be so good.
I agree.
Yeah, if they brought in Draz for fucking Envoy, that team would be fucking nasty.
No, you would say for Dan, right?
Yeah.
For Dan.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
and
boy,
it's like
sorry.
Dan is really, really good. But I think just Drazah's approach to like just the game team, like I mean, he's just like he's gonna fight. And there's just some of those issues that Thieves are having this year that I think Draz.
I mean,
can
they put their fucking beef aside to just win a lot of shit? Who knows?
I mean, that would truly be an optic "what have I done" tweet right there.
It would be. I just don't. I don't know.
I mean, I doubt it happens, but the best fit is 100% Draz, in my opinion.
I just think in a future world maybe I just think Zach's probably staying with FaZe. I think it is what it is. I mean I agree for all intents and purposes. I think what you said is facts though, Ant. Like him and Scrap as a duo really brings out the best in both players. Arnie doesn't really need to change much about his play style. Zach's comms, we'd be double stressing things, but like I think Zach's comms are good.
Double, he'd be triple stressing things.
Yeah, but the thing with Zach is he's just a hard worker, bro. He's just, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just a grinder, and it's like that's the kind of shit they need. Like what's gonna get them over the line is just being nerdier than Optic. I know Optic.
Rewinding though, I just want to caveat this for this clip and posted. I think they should keep their team first and foremost.
Yeah, you don't think they should make a change at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should keep their team. I think Ghosty's still developing as a player. He's getting better, and I think they had a great year. Like
I turn my VODs on, bro. It should be good.
This is what it is. Like
it just sucks that like the top two teams in the game just both kind of shit the sheets of the last two tournaments, bro.
Bro, I don't even have the stats, Adam, like of the individuals in front of me, but I'd be willing to say just from watching, like Hydra wasn't as insane this year.
No, he didn't have as much of a takeover year this year.
And I think it was just like he was dominant at search his whole career, and just this year just wasn't as dominant.
Bro, I don't even think that's because of him though, man. I think it's just the way the game has evolved, man. It's just it's much more of a team-based game now, bro, than it was back in the day. So like individual takeover is just like.
Well, hold on.
It's not a thing.
It's really good.
Whoa. It's always on. It's always been a team-based game. That's cap. I will say now, though, the pace that this game plays on, if you're not making team decisions, you get much more exposed. Back then, like, you know, obviously...
The difference this year was just his team didn't play around him as much as his previous team did.
Facts.
That's the only difference.
I agree.
I mean, like, his whole team would literally block spawn, like, triple block spawns for him to go out and fry and search and destroy, like, setting him up for success.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Where's Zuma? Brother's playing fucking Battlefield today, bro. That's why he's nowhere.
Where's Zuma? These guys are brain dead. What, Zuma's ripped the Papania and go phaser ass.
Go cry about MC again on stream.
What takes are Tom giving you?
Did you see that clip, bro?
No, I didn't.
Did I leak? No, they literally tweeted out a graphic and Tommy's on the graphic, bro. Not a leak. I'm not trying to instigate, bro.
We're discussing real moves and real thought processes here.
All right, Ben, let's pivot, man.
You don't want
pivot to what, bro?
Different team.
I mean, chat probably. We got time, bro.
Okay, listen, man. What are you doing if you're FaZe?
Wait, if you're FaZe?
What do you do?
I'm curious what Ant thinks. What do you think you're doing if you're FaZe?
Wait, pull up that sheet of like, oh yeah, perfect, bro.
What the fuck do you do, bro?
So if you're FaZe, these are free agents. I mean, all right. I think it's a bad decision to keep Simp and Abezy together.
Agreed. I think one goes.
And the reason I say that is because, bro, it's been a while since those guys have consistently won hard points, bro. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
I will say, Lash. Everybody says this. I need to whip up the stat again. I will say last year after they patched hardpoint, they were statistically the #1 hardpoint team. I'm going to show you the data.
What was their differential, Ben? Why don't you look that up?
Their differential was actually 3 points less than Optic. So it was them and Optic and then everybody else. So just to be clear, this was outside of the first event last year.
I mean, bro, like, but how many HPs did we see?
Wait, are we talking about
most? And that they just choked or they just threw away.
Yeah, they choked maps. Yeah, but like I'm just look at the numbers, bro. Last year they were 41 and 17 in hardpoint. Stages 2, 3, 4 champs. It does not include EWC, which they also ran pretty hard.
Is this just at events?
No, this includes online too.
Wait, how's that possible? They only played
They played 58. This is 58 maps.
There has to be more hardpoints than that. What?
58 hard points over the course of 3 stages in champs.
I guess you are excluding a stage.
Hey Ben, is this sheet Blackout
Yes,
6?
this
or
this
what
this
game
is
this?
This is not BO6.
So this is not including. So Turtle did this specifically. He last year decided to split out the stats after stage 1 because of all the massive changes to hard points in the patch.
Okay, but why are we looking at this? Why are we looking at?
No, I'm just saying, like, yes.
Is he saying their hard point is actually good? It's
no.
It's not what
I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. I am saying that the context when people talk about their team, you need to. Yes, their hard point was not good this year. Their hard point with Austin was also not that good.
All right, here we go. I got my stats right.
But last year, I will say statistically, win percentage wise, differential, maybe in hold and break percentages, they weren't always the top there in some of those. But I would say they were. You would have to consider them by the fact that they were winning maps last year. They won 70% of their fucking hard points. That's pretty good. You win 70% of a game mode. It's pretty good.
Easy Mac coffins these stat sheets from the last year, so I don't have it. I just wanted to check that because that's pretty.
But I want to get back on topic. This year, though, and
I still think they need to change those.
This year, I agree with you. People call me the world's biggest Abezy hater. I think you need to break up that sub duo.
Oh, you got to break them up, bro. I mean, we're just not seeing. I'm watching Neptune 04 run around rampant 04 going crazy. I'm watching fucking Shotzi and Hook, literally Shotzi at will popping 4s. Like, that sub duo is just not doing that, bro. Together.
I agree. They're slow, bro.
They're not playing off each other
exactly,
like that, bro.
I agree.
I got a crazy idea, boys.
Seeing Purge go on 12 streaks, like, bro, I'm not seeing that from FaZe.
I agree. What's your stupid take, Adam?
What if we kept the Tiny Terrors together, but Simp moved to an AR?
I mean, yeah, that could work.
I don't think that.
No, that could 100% work.
I'm gonna say, like, I said this on stream. MC's is huge aside. I think their biggest offender in hardpoint is Abezy, and it doesn't really fix that. You have an aggressive sub player that just
coming from blind hatred right here.
No, it's not hatred. Their
biggest offender.
I think their biggest offender in hardpoint is Tyler.
Nah, bro.
I think so.
It's not just a one player thing, bro.
No, it's not. But I think their biggest offender is Tyler.
And
that's why I think if you move Chris to an AR, I think you still should
continue. In what way? Yeah. In what way?
I don't think that he effectively creates space as well as a lot of other aggressive sub players in the league. And I think that's why.
Like, you don't think he's taking the right routes? You don't think he's?
I think he's one of the. I think he's one of the worst sub players in a 4 dead situation. I think he actively they go 4 dead and they look awful, and I think a lot of that is because of him. He doesn't know what to. He doesn't make the right decision once they get those 4 kills. They don't know how to hold correctly.
As a whole their communication is way too chaotic.
Well, yeah, and
I think it comes down to shit like that.
The communication needs to be improved, but I think Abe just makes awful plays in hardpoint. I think he's a great S&D player. And control, by the way, Tyler set a lot of control meta this year, especially on protocol. We should talk about that. Abe in the other 2 game modes is fun. I think their hardpoint, MC slow issues aside, I think they have a lot of issues with Tyler. And even if you move Sim to a flex, I would still get rid of Abe and go. I think for them, first off, the best sub player that you can put with Simp, looking at the market right now, and pair him with is either Kleenex or 04. I would not go Nep. I think 04 Kleenex, and you pair that with Simp. That's a good 3-mode duo, bro.
Just like it. I can see their thought process though, especially as a duo. Like if I'm Simp and like Adam, you're Abezy, right? We're sitting down.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking like, okay, my new sub duo could be like 04 or it could be whatever. I'm just gonna turn and be like, nah, let's run the shit back. You know what I mean? Like if I'm Simp, that's what I'm thinking, just because it does seem like it could be like either lateral or it could backfire. Because Abezy is still a really good player.
They definitely have only won 1 champs, bro, but that trio has been like the best trio in the game for the last 6 years, dude. And
but people have caught up to them now.
Like even though 04 is really good, I'm like, I'm gonna just keep Abezy by my side.
I think what is best for everybody is keeping MC. Look, MC's, if he stays, he's got to work on. We've talked about that. Chris has got to get in a position where he's not a fucking hill bitch anymore. Whatever they do in this ROSTERMANIA is about putting Simp in an ability where he can go back.
Build a team around
bro,
Simp,
when Chris plays his best COD, and you probably agree, Chris, one thing that Simp and Damon talked about this in Cold War, and it's the biggest facts.
They might need Kizzy, bro.
Maybe. Simp and Shotzi are like the 2 players in the league as sub players that like are the best players at finding gaps in the defense. And you got to get Sim back to doing that. He's not making those type of plays right now.
Listen, this is how it goes, bro.
Yeah.
All they got to do, right? Got to pick up Formal.
Yeah, I don't think Matt's coming back. I
mean, that would be so sick, though. Imagine.
Formal going to FaZe and teaming with the Terrors or with, you know what I'm saying? Like with the combination of those players would be the funniest shit of all time. It would be so funny. It would be also, cinema.
Yeah, that was a fate to take. Hydra finds gaps as well.
Yeah, Paco definitely is also in that category too. I agree.
Hydra, Shotzi, and Simp, bro. Those three players are like when they're peaking.
Joe deceives too.
Joe's not as consistent.
No, Joe's gotten pretty good at it this year at fun and games.
He has, but really I need to see more of it.
But like I still think like the Simp, Shotzi, Hydra like gap find trio is like, you know what I'm saying, like
you build your team around those type of players, bro.
Joe has had one good year cap. Joe played really well at the end of last year.
Yeah. He did.
Right, Joe's been like top 4 consistently for 365 days.
Ignore the LAG year, bro. The LAG year was so chalked. Like he told me he learned nothing from that year.
Yo, can we give some fucking credit to Mr. J Cap, J Roop himself, and Shane for approaching Joe Deceive's career the right way, sending this guy back down to challengers, then elevating him back again. What a fucking move out of the boys.
Well, they benched him and didn't get better, and then brought him back because they needed to get better. But like, still,
yes, yeah. But if you were talking to Cap at the time, you remember like this was it was kind of planned. He was saying that Joe struggled with confidence, so what they wanted to do was send him down to challenger so he can gain some confidence. That's exactly what he did. Shout out J Roops.
I mean, I will give Thieves credit. They pivoted well last year. Like when that like fucking combo team with the Minnesota guys wasn't working, they like picked up the right comp.
They just approached it the right way.
And like, it's very funny because like, dude, we talked about it this year. Like if they had actually somehow kept the team from the year they had, like that team would have still been good.
Yeah, it would have still been
really good. So like,
where does Dan go, you think, if they drop him?
I don't think he'll go to FaZe. He could theoretically go to Falcons. Although I don't know about him and AG as a combo. That I don't know. I could see him going with Joe to Toronto.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see him running back. Outside that, then you're ending off
out of Toronto, dude. Their team this next year could have been like Mercules, Kleenex, Joe Deceive.
They were never getting Merc, bro. Ignore this. Stop talking about Merc to Toronto. It was not ever. The minute that GMZ1 had his eyes set on Merc, it was over, bro. It was over.
User left your channel.
Come on, bro. Show this is a good property for the future.
It was over. The minute that Methods was out there with the binoculars, fucking scouting, it was GG go next, bro.
We also gotta stop giving Zin this gas.
No, we should give Zin this gas because it sounds like they were legitimately not thinking about it until he was like, "Yo, what the fuck are we doing?" So as much as I like punking Zin, like he actually like played a role in this.
Yeah, I don't know how that actually went down. That's crazy if that was actually.
Yeah, maybe this. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe.
But I don't know how that actually went down.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was never gonna stay on Toronto the minute that like. Yeah.
The man that kid that they picked up though is good. Abe good.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna keep Abe. I think that they're gonna keep Toby. They would be stupid. They would if I were them, I would break up Joe. I would break up the Toby Kleenex or the Toby inside duo. I would say, Jamie, look, you've had a great run here. We've won basically every year other than this year with you. You were a great player for us.
Yep. And then he goes to Breach.
He goes somewhere, maybe Boston, who the fuck knows. And then you build around Joe and Kleenex. Maybe you keep A, maybe you don't. But they're going to be like still a destination because they pay decent. And you've got a very good duo to build around there for a player I want to go there.
Is Kismet free, man?
I think it's free, yeah.
Oh, well then perfect. Rocker goes Estrio, Craze, Mamba, Kismet, Flex.
That's pretty good. If Rocker pulls it off, we'll see.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That would be a good Rocker should be able to figure that out, you would think.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it'd be too hard to do.
Yeah.
Get those two kids. Estio's still got a solid career out of them. There's some players that are available, though, like from that team, like Gio, Kenny. Like, I don't know where they end up.
I think Ken to Toronto makes too much sense to me. Yeah, Dan supposedly potentially getting drop pack squad. That is the big hot rumor this morning. That is what is floating around. Based on the Ronnie article, Chad, if you have not seen it, Ronnie is reporting that.
Wow, COD is solid, bro. How does Ronnie get this intel, by the way?
Bro, people just hit his DMs. I've talked about this.